Wyatt, how goes it? How goes it? Back for another war review. Warlog's looking good. That red line there, where we lost 73.58, I'm not counting that. They were modders. We hit them maybe once every 10 wars. So for me, that doesn't count. They more or less cleaned us up by cheating. But the war we've just had against Clanimal House was a pretty good one. You can see 154.50. They did have, although we had obviously me as a town 11, 2 10s, they had 5 10s, and they had a defenceless 11 at the bottom, who offensively was pretty much obviously pretty low heroes, but 11 warden, and he had max town hall 10 troops. So we were pretty heavily outweighed in terms of town halls. They had a big town hall 10 advantage to us. So, wasn't really as close as maybe it looks. What did they do to us? 1 star the 11, 2 both the 10s, and then they struggled on the top 9s. Not helped by their number 2 left without using his attacks or got kicked, so you could probably add on a couple more stars if he stayed. But I mean, they couldn't 3-star any of our top 9 bases, and then from 10 down they cleaned everything up. We, on the other hand, as we will see, 2 Town Hall 10 3-stars. I won't tell you who yet, but we'll be showing both of those attacks, obviously. And then we just missed on 5. Other than that, the 10s were 2, I believe. I missed on 2 as well. And then below that, everything was 3-starred. So we actually had, after last war, only having 1 6-star attacker, we had 6 this war. So 6-star attackers were Captain and King Rios, Moa Man, which I think is RMT's mini account, TC, so 3 of our top players, or most reliable players in my eyes, TC 6-star, Pip 6-star, and Chuck double Town Hall 10 6-star, or double Town Hall 10 3-star. Fantastic war from him, really good. And obviously we're going to show both those attacks. So I'm not going to be able to show, because there was 6 6-stars, and one of them was obviously defenseless base. I'm not going to be able to show many of the lower attacks, but let's kick off with, let's have a look at this one first. We'll have a look at high level 2-star on their number 1. And then we'll get down to the 3-stars, only because it's that's an excuse to show one of my attacks, I suppose, as it was the only good one. So Queen Walk from the north. We'll fast forward a bit if my mouse works. So plan here is just to clean out some of the top buildings and defences. Obviously the Queen, level 32 Queen, is fairly well exposed, so I wanted to come in and get her. Nice early rage to stop the Queen dying like she did on my first attack, and she's now going Queen to Queen with his Queen, which is now dead. I wasn't sure which way the Queen was going to walk, but I could do the exact same attack from either side, so once she's gone right, just Quake to open up a path into the single tower Inferno and the Town Hall. Usual army, 3 golems in, whiz behind, and in kind of witches, the King and the Warden. King does wrap, which was a bit annoying, but everything else is going in, and hit the Warden's ability to make everything immune for a couple of seconds, and that's it. Core's now cleared out, and it's just a case of how far I can get on the backside. Back end jump just to let the tanking golems through. I did think at one stage maybe there was a chance, but Queen is just getting too low health. King drawing some fire by going around the outside, and that's it. Once the Queen was dead, no chance at the 3-star, but pretty high level 2-star against a pretty max Town Hall 10. So that was it for that one. Now let's get to Chuck's. 6-star war. So this is the first one, and this is a somewhere between a Go Wee Wee and a Mass Witch. He's got 10 witches, so in my eyes, I guess that's Mass Witch, although it's not just witches. Obviously, he brings 2 golems and whiz as well. So CC is lurable, single giant. Why not do it? Luckily, it's not a hound, so he can go ahead and double poison it. Now, if you look at this base, 2 single tower infernos, obviously screams a witch attack. There are a lot of compartments, which obviously can be an impediment to witches, but he's brought 2 jumps to help them flow through the base. So once this drag is down, I think he comes in from this side where the drag died from. Yeah, so 2 golems in, a line of whiz behind to create the funnel, and wall breakers in to open things up. So early witches, they go down, and 2 jumps deployed at the front end. Okay, so he's going to get a wide spread. It was actually a 2-star attempt. DGBs go off there, luckily avoiding the witches and wizards. Yeah, rage goes down and freeze. Again, bad inferno placement. Both can be frozen with a single freeze. So he's getting double his money there. Everything now in the core. Final rage down. Like I said, the reason the 2 jumps went in there at the front end was a 2-star attempt, but it's one of these attacks that just kept going. Quad Teslas as well. No Peckers in there, so no real problem. They're going to go down very quickly, get overwhelmed by the skeletons. And as you can see, he's got good flanking packs on both sides. He's got about 6 or 7 witches in the northeast. He's got the Queen and mainly wizards in the southeast, and he's got a couple of witches still in the core. So good chance of a 3-star with such a spread out flanked attack. We'll fast forward a bit now because these attacks can be pretty slow. But as you can see, waves and waves of skeletons. Nearly all of his witches are still up. What has he got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think he might still have all 10 witches still up, which is amazing, really. But there you go. 2-star attempt turned into a great 3-star. Well done, Chuck. I think that was the the second of the 2 attacks he did as well. This one, perhaps a bit nicer because it was a genuine 3-star attempt. This is a Zapquake Queen Walk Laloon. So again, as you can see, the Queen, fairly low level Queen for a Town Hall 10, 13. And she's going to walk right under where the Inferno is. And that is perfect for this attack. So early Quake goes down. He's able to take... and then comes the Zap to take out the Inferno and maybe even kill the Queen. Yep, kill the Queen as well. So great value from that. He also took 25% off the Town Hall, 25% off the Inferno with that Quake. So a huge amount of value for the Zap Quake there. Then starts the Queen Walk from the north, Wizards down to push her south. Obviously he wants to get this air defense in the east here. Single loon down to take out that arch tower, which is unprotected. Wizards take it out anyway. So Balloon will just carry on and probably going to die without doing anything, but pops those 2 Teslas. Queen Walk continues round to the south. Take a sip of coffee. So huge value from this Queen Walk. Let's fast forward it because she's just going to continue around to the south of the base, and she's actually going to pick up this southern AD as well, which is going to leave him 2 ADs left. Low level ADs, again, it's a pretty low level base in terms of defenses for a Town Hall 10, which obviously lends itself to this kind of attack. Now, if you look, the core defenses he's got are mainly ground defenses. Most of the air is around the outside. It's got 1 arch tower in the core, obviously the Teslas. Once that AD goes down, let's slow it down a bit here, launches the air attack, hounds in, and just to sway the loons. I mean, even before he dropped the air portion, you could see it was going to be a 3-star. Half the base has been taken out by the Zapquake and the Queen Walk, and the base has got absolutely no chance. So just sways of loons, a few haste spells down. Pups have not... he's got an unpopped hound, I think 1. Queen's still going round, full health. Base is just absolutely destroyed. So really nice base identification and that kind of attack. I don't think I've seen him fail with this Zapquake Laloon when a base is set up like this. So fantastic. What can you say? 6-star war against Town Hall 10. Town Hall 10s. He's a Town Hall 10 himself. Still a fairly new Town Hall 10, although obviously very high level heroes, which help. But fantastic performance. Really well done. So let's move down. We've got plenty more to show. We've got Pip. Pip not been on the channel for a little while, but Pip's had a 6-star war. Again, one of our most accomplished attackers, I would say. And this is a traditional, so-called a traditional Goho, in that comes in pretty heavy with the hogs. He's got 30 hogs here. So 2 just to get the CC lure. Now this is interesting, and I mentioned this in chat, and we're going to start to do this for our next war. It's too predictable now. Everyone has Dragloon or Lava Hound at Town Hall 9 in the CC, and sometimes now by putting 10 archers in and a dragon, the dragon won't necessarily get pulled with that 1 hog lure. Obviously you use the 2 hog lure and manage to get the dragon out, and it can just screw people up. Even at Town Hall 9 having maybe 35 Town Hall 10 or 11 having 35 archers in there, if people are trying to pull the CC, obviously having huge numbers of single unit troops can screw people up now, because they're not expecting it. I mean, every war we see the same CCs, and when there's something a bit different, it can trip you up. Anyway, Golem's in from the south, distracted, lets the wall breakers in. Golem's now reroute, and heroes are making their way into the base. Target here, can't remember if this was clean up or not, but I believe there's 2 giant bombs just behind the king, so obviously looking to trigger those. Yep, they go off. Jump into the core and king runs through and gets the queen, which is obviously the next target, and from there just starts a mass hog attack from the east. The section below is cleaned out very nicely, so it's very easy to predict the pathing of the hogs. They're just going to go north from here and circle their way around the base, so all he really needs to do is just follow them around with heals. There are another set of bombs left. I'm not sure where they are, can't remember. Let's have a look. Quite a lot of spring traps going off, but a huge number of hogs left. I can't really see anywhere where maybe a bomb in here. Pretty well placed spring traps, I guess, and he's losing quite a lot of hogs to springs. Have I missed some bombs going off or not? Am I blind? Can't see where the other bombs were. Oh, there's one in the core there, by the queen. So maybe he's got another single somewhere, but very low on hogs, but got through the base. Drops the cleanup whiz down. Fast forward. Mouse doesn't want to work. And yeah, enough hogs left to help clean up around the outside and go in and finish off the town hall. But very nice, well done, Pip. Oh, there's the other bomb. We found it. Good to see you back on the 6-star roster. So that's Pip. Let's have a look at TC now. We actually nip back up one. She hit 7 with a Goho Wee Wee. Her specialist attack, I think we could call it. So when we look at the base, it looks like a very good base to hog. Drops the hog to get the CC, lures it, but it's a golem. So again, yeah, they put a few different things in CCs. Golem actually is very easy to deal with. You just pretty much ignore it. So has a little think about it, and then drops 3 golems and starts to create a very wide funnel with her wizards. And opts to use the quake to open up everything from the outer wall straight through to the core. CC golem's already dead. Oh no, it's not. Sorry, it's still walking around doing absolutely nothing. But huge funnel created, so safe to drop the heroes down and drop the rage into the hole. Once that first layer is cleaned out, witches are dropped down, and she is pretty much going to clean up half of this base before even deploying the hogs. So I believe there's a set of DGBs gone off there. by the king maybe. But anyway, starts the hogs from the safe side of the base where there are no bomb compartments. Surgical type deployment, kind of a mix between Asian Wall and surgical, I guess. Doesn't have any heals. Did she bring heals or not? Maybe I missed the heal spell. There goes one bomb. And yeah, pretty low on troops at this stage. Lost all of her hogs apart from one. But with those beefy heroes, and there's actually only one defense left. All of the defenses were kind of cord. There was nothing in that outer ring, so now literally there's no threats to her whatsoever. We can fast forward. Mouse does not like me today. There we go. And it's really just clean up from there. Nice attack. Let's see. Yeah, brought one heal. So go ho wee wee, very nice. Same attack I think on the other base that she 3-starred. Let's have a look at someone who hasn't been on before, probably has been with his main. I think Moa Man is RMT's main, mini, sorry. Apologies if that's not right. But 6-star war for him. And this is kind of a brute force go-ho in that normally you would send kill squad in from the diagonal, which is kind of standard. Normally you would then send the hogs in from kind of a right angle to the kill squad so that they're flanking the kill squad, giving them some protection. He actually opts to just drop all of the hogs in behind the kill squad entrance point. So CC triggered, one bomb's gone off, poison down, and there, yeah, Asian Wall right behind and into the same direction that the kill squad came in from, and it works fine. Heal down in the core with those Teslas and Expos. Another bomb goes off, pretty much avoided by most of his hogs. Heal as the hogs come through, so double heal covering a large array of the defenses. King following the hogs around, chopping on them, and some annoying pesky skeletons, but base is pretty much done here. Still got huge numbers of hogs left. Final bomb goes off and takes out a few. But once they kill this, they'll turn around and beat that king up. Once the elixir pump goes down. And another sway of the hogs in the south. So there we go, just clean up from here. Yeah, don't normally see hogs kind of deployed like that, but clearly worked. He's got a huge number of hogs left and wrecked the base. There we go, so that's all we've got time for. Mentioned to King Mios and Captain as well, who got 6-star war, just don't have time to show their attacks as well. Really good war. We were outgunned again in terms of Town Hall matchup, but came through and got the win. See you next time.